Hello. All right, I can hear me and the game at the same time, so I had another update fiasco today, so I'm glad everything is working. Not Windows' fault this time, but I still had to restart multiple times because I won't get into it. It was Samsung SSD stuff this time, and it's like, this is what I get for trying to just keep, spruce maintenance. Nothing went wrong. I was just doing maintenance, and it's like, nah, we're gonna wreck everything. All right, well, it is Talos Principle time. It's actually Warcraft Reset Day, so you are super lucky I'm not just playing World of Warcraft again. Actually, that's not true. I don't imagine I will stream Warcraft again unless somebody asks for it, because I'm still playing it, but it's just it's the same thing week after week, right? You do mythics, maybe you do it, maybe you don't do it. You do raids, maybe you do it, maybe you don't do it. Finish it, that is. Get to the end. So yeah. I'm not really in a I don't know. I mean, it's stuff I'd like to watch, but I know it's not what a lot of people like to watch, so I won't put you through it. That said, though, I am trying to get I've got a pin. I'll put that down to stop distracting everybody. I am trying to find not a hardcore raiding guild, but just a raiding guild that'll let me do heroic raids with them, so I can at least do some heroic raiding. And depending on which guild lets me in, which one's like, sure, you can come with us, I might be moving stream schedules around for that. Everybody seems to be doing it kind of in not like now, but in an hour from now is when most of these guilds start. So it's like right in the middle of stream time. Maybe I'll start earlier, or I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. And it doesn't matter, because it could be that nobody ever lets me raid because everybody's got their own favorite raiding team. Anyway, that's not Talos stuff. That's Warcraft stuff. We're ready for Talos stuff. We are 8 hours in, 21% of puzzles done, 17% of hidden puzzles done, none of the Golden Gate puzzles done, a quarter of labs found, and a quarter of these sparks found. And we should be in the vicinity of a giant spiky ball. Yep, there it is. Did we do this one? This fire has already been freed. That answers that. So we kind of skipped down here to 6 just because we fired a green laser at the spark tower. And then just did this puzzle. So let's go back to 4. Foxy! I was attacked by a rabbit last time. I expected that to be here. Nope, it was... Foxes are friends. Rabbits are food. So I'm hoping to at least get inside this thing today. And I think that'll solve this eastern section. And I'm kind of hoping we go back to town and then look at some of the other buildings. I hope we just don't go straight to each one, like the town was a beginning thing and then we're stuck. If so, fine, I guess if I want any of the achievements, I'll just start a new game. Excuse me, I had to cough. Mute myself for your benefit. Alright, finally. Puzzle 4. Refraction. Once again, a different symbol. If this was missed, these would be definitely important. Here, they could be decorative. All right. Nothing here. We have a red circle. We have a blue circle. We have a blue laser. I'm getting some stuttering. It might just be the area. Loading. Nope, I had a hitch right there. I guess as long as OBS doesn't throw a fit. Let me pull up the stats panel just so I can see if anything goes crazy. Alright, well, like I said, I had to update problems, and here I get. This is what I get for maintenance. I get everything ruined. We need to at least open this one. You know what? It's actually stuttering quite a lot. I'm just gonna check to see what's causing, if there's anything causing a problem. And I don't see anything off the bat. So maybe it's a Firefox thing. And I'm just gonna close everything running in the background. It's like every 3 seconds there's a spike. I don't know if it comes through on the stream. It might not. All right, we're just going to do it, I guess. So what is the deal with this? Now, I know for a fact that the light cannot go through these iron bars. There's nothing here, so I'm going to assume, and I don't even know why at this point, but I'm going to assume the most complicated solution is to fire the laser from here and get it over here. So that's what we're gonna do. So we need a red light to come in through here. Yeah. Oh, these are not combiners. These are inverters. Duh. So this will open that. I'm going to assume we will want this all the way visible from this as much as we can. Yeah. This is what we need. Boop. Not quite as hard as I was expecting for a number 4, but here we are.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters. It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can.
Aww.
There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
No, but I wanted to go. Wait, is this thing still on?
Aw, yeah, our internal monologue came back. Drone puzzle cluster. So this is a... Oh, he's just looking at a puzzle section. I thought maybe that was a glimpse inside the Golden Gate puzzle. Puzzle number 5 coming up. If I don't get irritated by the stuttering. Oh, to be fair, I am maxing out my graphics card. I am seeing that. Maybe I need to turn Talos down a little bit. Let's see. DLSS. They really don't have any options here, do they? What is TSR? Temporal Super Resolution. Okay. Cancel. DLAA. I don't know what that stands for. Deep Learning Anti-Aliasing? Let's just try... This won't change anything I have. It's still doing the stutter thing, so clearly that was not it. So I'm just going to turn it back on and carry on with life and troubleshoot it later. You know what? Let's do this while we're here. I was just walking blindly. Transposition. We have a portal wall, a wormhole wall, a worm wall, a jammer, our good friend there's the handprint. There's a connector. We have 2 laser circles. Is that laser circle open the fence? Interesting. A new technology has presented itself. We have a ladder to climb out, which means the puzzle knows we can get stuck. Okay, so we have an inverter. Can we even... We can. That's not going to work. I thought this was red over here. Okay, shoot through the wall. Up. I don't know if we can do that. Move, please. I guess... Yeah, okay, we cannot. Fine. And I can't take this out. Oh, what is... Okay. I'm already confused, mostly because I'm stuck. We need to get the jammer out. How do it feels like we don't have... Oh. We can do this. I don't think that's gonna help us, because isn't this one blue? Yep. I guess we can jam the door from out here. Like this. Will you... Ah, yeah, one of those keep the door open from the inside dealios again. Now we can portal things over here. We don't need to keep this door open anymore. The question is... Oh, we might. I think we do. Okay. Oh. This is gonna jam everything. Let's take that. Jam this open just so it doesn't close. Nope. Oh, I'm like, why do I need to... I feel like I don't need this on the other side, so what's the point? The point is the connector needs to be on this side. Yes. Or just wreck it. Put it through. Because, we have to do this. For sure. For sure. And we can invert from the other side to our heart's content. Although it's possible. Nope, we're fine. And now, once again, I'm gonna say we have too many puzzle pieces left over. Actually, maybe not, because this door is... Okay. Never mind. I thought this door would be kept open from the inside. Okay, never mind. Overthinking it. Give me the spark!
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
And... so... therefore... So I think the puzzle shuts down and everything is open when you solve it, clearly, because I can walk through the door now. But I was flashing back to the first game, where if you had a surplus of tools at your disposal, you were probably supposed to do something sneaky with it. But so far, that has not been the case. Map. 5, 7, and 8. Boing, boing, boing. The music has just stopped. Hey, Byron.
How can I help you?
Tell me of New Alexandria.
We made 2 fatal mistakes in New Alexandria. One was trusting the texts of our ancestors without thinking for ourselves. The other was giving up instead of doubling down.
Yes.
Letting the tragedy define our future.
I did say, when we talked to the other guy, that it seemed to make them huddle up in their town and do nothing.
It's clear that there's some kind of antagonistic force in this place, something that doesn't want us to discover the purpose of the megastructure. Perhaps that's part of the testing. Or perhaps it's what's responsible for this state of decay.
What is the symbolic value of these entities? Like the symbolic value of Prometheus, Pandora, and Sphinx?
That's a good question. Prometheus is often taken to represent freedom and progress, the ideals of the radical enlightenment. Pandora, on the other hand, usually represents the dangers of those very ideals, so they're counterparts in a way. And the Sphinx is a mystery. Does that mean that these entities correspond to these concepts?
I like the Sphinx.
Perhaps. They certainly seem to act like it. But Athena isn't the goddess of Athens, and I'm not Robert Byron, although those are the origins of our names. Where does myth end and history begin? We'll have to find out.
Isn't it a bit... I'm not, like, super familiar with olden days. With the ancient days, you know, days before 1980. But it's not Pandora herself that's, like, the idea of danger. It's like Pandora's box itself, right? Aren't we doing kind of a Frankenstein's monster kind of mix up? Then again, she was the one that opened the box, but isn't that just exploration? Oh no, we have switches. The first switch in a puzzle that seems to affect the puzzle imprisoned. Affect the puzzle more than just turning a fan on and off. All right. I'll bet there's no jammer. 'Cause that would be my first thought. Okay. We have an inverter. We have a connector. We have a blue laser inside a wall. We have a red laser inside of a wall. And a switch that does at least open this door. Or the blue door. But not the red door. Do you see the trail it's leaving? That is some weird graphical glitching. Anyway. Graphics card did get driver updates today, so maybe I just need to do that tonight. Never upgrade your video drivers right before going live, even if you're having problems. Because it could cause even bigger problems very easily. Alright, so we need to, like, prime this door open, as usual. From the inside. And then shoot a blue light in here. Let's just see what happens. Boom. Okay, now we can do this. What does that give us? Just the solution. Yep. Oh, spark. Next. Oh, interface content available. Social media. A poem. I walk in the garden without fear. Stars swirl across the sky, and I stand amongst the tall lilies who lift their faces to the passing eons. Here I will do no harm. No harm will come to me, for at last my long journey is over, and I am at home. Makes me feel happy and calm. This is one of my new favorites. The words are definitely beautiful, but to me it seems like a poem of death. That's, yeah, the only place where no harm will come to you is death. An inspiring poem about being happy where you are. Don't think our journey is over. Maybe it will never be over. I'm not thinking, now what would I answer as me, a person? I'm thinking, all right, if I answer be happy where you are, everyone is going to take that as, oh, we should stay here. But if I say it's never over, that's just like throwing it right back at whoever this is, Amesh. Or we're dead. I will be nice. I will comment on the poem, which seems to be happy where you are. Thank you for your thoughts, everyone. I really appreciate them. I have no idea what the game is like. Is that the fox running around again? I saw something scooting around in the corner. I have no idea what the game's like. I've not watched anybody play. Honestly, watching people play puzzles annoys me more than anything because I see the solutions a lot faster than streamers who are talking to chat because they're focused on being entertaining and puzzles. And I'm not really focused on entertainment, especially if I'm watching. So it bothers me when people miss the obvious because they're distracted. Anyway, that to say, I'm wondering if all these social media responses are like swaying people one way or the other, and then everybody votes in the end on if they leave New Jerusalem or stay based on my answers. I know there are multiple endings, and I have read achievements, Even though those can be spoilery. They're already pre-drilling a wormhole. Pre-connected. X marks the spot. All right, we'll do this lost puzzle while we're here. Now, the name of the puzzle is Reconnected. Did a bird just fly through the tunnel? What was that? Clearly there was a bird, and then there was something that was floating through here. What? I don't know anymore. Oh, the question is, what is pre-connected? All right, well. Oh, bird shadow is what we saw. Just a weird, anomalous shadow? Now, hold on a second. Is that platform keeping the walls turned on? I can't say I know what to do. I guess bring the inverter inside. All right, that makes sense, I guess. Pre-connect these. This does nothing for me. Because I still need something. As soon as I pick this up, the light's gonna go away, and big deal, right? What if I do this? We may need to come back to this, if only because I have no idea what to do here. Because you can't shoot through that door. What does this do? Okay. So for some, okay, there, I selected it. So if we get red, blue, that won't do it. Will that cut through? I can't tell. That might be fine. Okay. I don't understand what this is for. There's a whole window here to view everything. All right, well, let's just step through the paces. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do this. Nope. Am I trying to get the red light through the door here, and then I can pick up the jammer or the driller? Or do I just need to do this? Well, I got a spark, but once again, I'm feeling like I have a surplus of tools at my disposal. And, like, I can do more with this puzzle. So there's probably more to it. Like, if I did some dancing, I could probably... Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. There's a corner of my brain that says I could get the driller inside, but I don't know what that would even give us, so. Next. It said go to the bridge, but we're not. We're going to 7 and 8. If, like the first game, it matters how many puzzles you've completed in the end, we're going to do as many as we can until we start getting stuck and then start skipping the ones. Backward propagation. Just start skipping the ones we can't do in a timely fashion and then maybe revisit with hints, but we're not near that point yet. I've not had a brain-bending puzzle quite yet. And not trying to be like, well, I'm pretty good at puzzles. But I am pretty good at puzzles. And I haven't felt them getting difficult yet. But we're only in area 4. 1 of 4. Okay. We have a blue laser behind this wall, which we can open with a red circle. We have a blue circle over here, which I assume will hold the door open once again from the inside. The only emitter we have is a red. Nope, I lied. We just looked at the blue emitter. We can't get the red laser around into this blue one, so... yoink! We're gonna have to do something. Actually... oh, never mind. Once again, I'm feeling like... I don't have enough. Now, the hint is in the title, backward propagation. So the solution is going to be this laser has to open itself. So I'm going to have to use this to kickstart it and then stand on the platform myself. I can't even see. They probably did that on purpose. All right. So what does this do for us? We now have red. So again, we do this, stand on the platform. Oh, is that it? That's not it. But there's a whole dang red laser over here.
Elohim must be very proud of you, 1K.
Woo! I guess we did use it. Kickstart it. Okay. I'm not upset anymore. I'm like, but what is this for? No. I don't want to jinx it. Okay, I did jinx it. It had not been stuttering, or I had not been noticing it. I have an FPS counter right above me. You can't see it, but I can. It's solid 60. Good. That's what we want. Every now and then, it's not as, like, every 3 seconds like it was when it was real bad, but every now and then it pops down to 52. And it's like, oh no, you lost 8 FPS, but it comes up as a stutter. So, but anyway. Sorry for bringing it back up. All right. Positional interchange. If I pick this dude up, the gate's gonna close. Knew it. So we're gonna have to pre-connect some stuff. Let's see what light sources we have. Dang. We're gonna need to power the red and the blue to get through. So it looks like we only got a blue emitter. Why is there a fan? So I can't get this, I can't bring any of this stuff out. So that means I'm gonna have to do this. That's it. That's all I can do. Okay, so we can't see that. No, clear. That seems unfortunate. Is that even getting... All right. No, all right. All right. Get up. Quit that. Stop. Stop it. We just need to open the door. See what we can get. Okay. This connector has to stay here unless I can get one of these out, but I doubt it. So I'm noticing that this can see the red circle. So this can't be piping blue. It has to be piping red. So we have to use this somehow. Okay. Oh, no, I can bring this thing in here. That changes everything, like actually. Okay. This actually makes things easier. This has to be charged. Hello! A gamer's diary. Hello, thanks for the raid. As you can see, I'm trying to break into a spiky ball in Talos Principle 2. I'm in the middle of my brain being melted. So what were you all playing? Were you playing the same thing? Or did you just happen to be looking at Talos Principle streams? It doesn't seem to be a super popular category, but I love this game. It's great. I was just commenting about how we haven't really hit a puzzle that has stumped me, and I think I'm more just confused at my options here. I loved the first game, played it all in the DLC and everything, and then I had no idea this game was coming out until it was out, and I'm like, what the heck? Okay. We gotta... I think I've... Have I found a problem? Maybe I haven't. I keep thinking of things in terms of the first one. And the first one had a lot of, okay, you finish the puzzle, and now you have all of these, like, pieces to move around still. And you were probably using them to, like, unlock a star or do something extra. So every now and then I have, like, I feel like I have a lot more tools at my disposal. But I haven't had, like, found a hidden anything yet. Okay. So the problem is... the light has to come down from the sky so we don't break the other beams. But I'm not quite sure how this might just be it. No, it's definitely not it. I'm gonna break everything. Aha! Oh, see, we're breaking the lasers. He did it. Spark! I think that's the last one. That is everything. And just like that, we did it. No problem. I completely understand raiding and running. When I'm done, I just kind of want to leave. So don't worry about it. Thanks for stopping by. If you're ahead of me, I probably won't check out your stream unless you're doing something else. Just putting that out there. I don't want to spoil myself. Oh my gosh, where's the bridge? Okay, there it is. We found it. Through the Stargate. Yeah, no problem. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. This is kind of just giving us the answer, which I guess is a nice change of pace. Congratulations, you did the one layout that would work. Does that work? Yeah. Up into the Covenant grav lift. Is this the Sphinx or somebody new? Hello!
When the craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very labyrinth he had created, his only solace was his son, Icarus. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned
the
his son to
sun
fly
thing.
neither too high nor too low. But his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. Thus the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his death. What was the sun's error?
Watch this be like the hardest question in the game. Because as I was thinking of the story, it's like you have all of the rest of the everywhere to fly, but you had to fly at the one place you couldn't go. Let's see. Hubris, the flame of the sun, belongs to the gods. Disobedience, he should have listened to his father. Carelessness, he did not use his wings correctly. I'm kind of leaning to that one. Impatience, if he wanted to soar so high, he should have built better wings. Lawlessness, he should never have attempted to escape. No. Idiocy, the wings were made from wax. I mean, come on. I'm gonna say carelessness.
Or was it Daedalus who was careless, giving the wings to Icarus, knowing that all young men are rash?
That could apply
After
to
the
either
death of
or.
his son, Daedalus withdrew in sorrow to a foreign land. King Minos came looking for the craftsman to exact his revenge. The answer to a riddle revealed where Daedalus dwelled, but for Minos, that answer was his ruin. Consider King Minos burned in his bath as you seek your own answer.
I guess I need to, red
The
laser.
structure. It's opening.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting to me.
If you consider the size of the entire structure, then that opening must be big enough to drive a building through.
Or the VTOL.
You want us to
Yeah.
go into the creepy triangular maw of death?
Maw of death? I think it looks charming. To quote 1K, come on, Al, live a little.
Byron's right. We're here to explore, and this is a mystery worth investigating. This technology could change everything.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
Nope.
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
We're going in. We never found the Golden Gate here either, did we? Let's go look where it is. Wait, we did. I don't remember where it was, but we did. Oh, nuts. I should probably run ads at the top of the hour. We'll come back and find the Golden Gate later. We're pretty sure that the lights light up for every lost puzzle we do, so all we'll see is 6 lights. We're going to the VTOL. And we're going to fly into the... I'm going to call it the Ark, because that's... very Halo.
By the way, I finished my analysis of the particle clouds. At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that. What we're looking at
Biotechnology.
is a completely unknown type and state of matter. Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics. Created and manipulated by someone.
Fascinating.
Man, all I can think of is, like, imagine trying to... Okay, imagine you have all of this technology. Not this technology, but, like, modern technology, and somebody, like in Myst, was writing updates into a book that changed the world around you. This is what it would look like, right? Right? So this is Myst. Where's our helicopter? Our jet thing. Golden Gate. Oh. It's out the front door.
Come on, people. Get on board. We haven't got all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yakut, take us in.
Aye, aye, sir.
Are we all going to die?
Have any of you ever read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem. And we're headed right into it.
I mean, kind of? Because it's all
I can set down over there.
just
Should
bits.
Please do. I can't wait to get a closer look.
It's creepier inside, that's for sure.
Setting down.
It's like
Okay,
some...
everyone. We need to explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch. Record anything interesting you find, and pay special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
The schematics we found
so
in
much
that lab
happening.
were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
Poor Al. Okay. All of this stuff has been, like, bits and pieces and references of simulation puzzles, so it's not entirely out of context. Plus, I guess we were Athena from the first game, and we climbed that super mega tower to escape, so... Again, not entirely out of context. But now also this is like some No Man's Sky superstructure Oblivion movie type stuff. Destiny. Kind of gives me Destiny vibes, which I do not like. The Vault of Glass, was it? Oh, it's all those symbols. The symbols on the puzzle in the third area. Or the building in Control. There's so many vibes coming at me. Well, there's the Sphinx. I like the Sphinx. Prometheus is all, come out here and visit us, and Pandora's like, don't come out here and visit us, and then the Sphinx is just kind of in the middle doing her own thing. We have a pedestal. Chernishevsky? From Arkady Chernishevsky. Isn't this a guy from the first game? Species can no longer to afford to believe in Mother Russia or Uncle Sam. Neither, however, can we afford to indulge in the adolescent rebel's misanthropy. Okay. This guy, like Drennan, stood by this belief to the bitter end. Without him, the archive would not exist, as we owe humanity our loyalty, so we owe a more personal debt to those individuals who gave everything for our story to continue. Yeah, so I think this guy was, if I recall correctly, responsible for a lot of the archive. Which, even though was corrupted over time, clearly worked. I feel like that's where we're supposed to go, so let's look over here instead. No? Okay, you're not gonna let me read? Mushrooms. Shortcut to mushrooms. Whoa.
Isn't this an incredible space? Look at it all. It's beautiful.
Yes, I agree.
That's good. That's excellent. I find that a lot of people these days can't see the beauty in things created by human hand. They can look at an ant colony or a coral reef and be impressed, but if it was made by humans, they just don't see it. It's good to be humble as an individual, but we have to be careful not to lose track of our accomplishments as a species. If we're impressed by the complex patterns produced by animals, then this should be breathtaking.
I didn't even see the warp core over there. You know, like, kind of how we went to the moon in the 60s and then promptly seemed to forget everything we did to get there. Okay, that's a door. So let's go look at this. There's an orb and a cube primitive
This thing
shapes.
seems to be broken.
It's an elevator. Or a transporter. Nope, it's an elevator. I'll see you in a minute when I come up the tube. From whatever I'm doing down here.
Hold on a second, 1K. I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures? Okay, door should be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
I want to go down the elevator. Will it let me? Probably not, but I'm going to try. It's sealed. There's nothing to say yet. I'm just appreciating the vibes. Again, if this was a Myst game, I would be paying attention to these. I mean, clearly I am, but I'm not convinced it would serve a purpose. And at least we know they exist in case we ever see a puzzle involving them. So we are aware of them. Blah. Oh, Yakut.
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a second? That whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps.
Afraid of heights? Sure, what's up?
When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. If we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem. The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much they built, how much they grew, how far they fell. So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
It's never the power itself. So you're right. This place could be dangerous, but we need to understand it. Or I think it's more complex than that. Power isn't necessarily good or bad. Or I don't think what went wrong with our ancestors was too much power. Honestly, I think it's too early to tell. I think your original impulse is correct. New Jerusalem needs this technology. Mayor's premise is wrong. He's assuming history can only develop in one way. So it's complicated, right? It was too much power that went to their heads, but it was still just, it went to their heads. It wasn't the power itself, right? I'm gonna say it's more complex.
So what do you think it was? What made our ancestors destroy themselves?
Arrogance. That's an option. I'm picking it right now. Lack of power? No. Priorities. They had properly invested in medicine. No. They weren't careful about the side effects of growth. Most of them wanted to do things differently. It was just bad luck. Now we've gone game right? I only have the options presented to me by the game. What went wrong is they were reckless, not that they had too much power. They didn't get their priorities wrong, otherwise we wouldn't be here. They weren't careful about the side effects. I think that's the option that I kind of want more than the others, so let's just do that.
But that's exactly what the mayor thinks. Their
No.
obsession with growth damaged the planet, and that's what killed them.
But it's not the growth itself that's the problem, that's how you grow. Wait, what? Oh, it's how you grow. Not, it's how you grow. It didn't kill them. They're still here. Well, it did kill them. Let's not be romantic about it. There are ways of controlling those side effects. They failed to use them. I'm going to say it's not the growth itself that's the problem.
You're right. Sometimes I just get too pessimistic. We do have choices to make. That was the whole point of the simulation. Thanks for talking to me,
Yes.
1K. I know we're in the middle of something, but I kind of needed that.
I think we did good. Assuming it remembers. It kind of remembers. Oh, he's booking it. Because, Byron remembered that we told Al to live a little. So it does remember. It's keeping track. Oh. There's these floaty shapes that we saw in the containment unit. Are these planets? That almost looks like a moon, but then there's that floating out in the middle of nowhere. There's a Stargate up ahead. We have lava.
Looks like another set of puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
Fractal. No, there's multiple Stargates. So is this the middle of the room and all these are from the different zones? We are coming from the east. I think we messed up. Maybe not. Nah, we're fine. Activate the 3 beams. I don't even know what to do first. I guess we go left.
I keep getting locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics, though. Let's see. This might do something. Or not.
We need to take this piece. We've messed up a little bit. So there's a big honking laser right there. And there's Stargates everywhere. No name to this puzzle, no hint. You have green circle, red circle, and a Stargate. No. Well. Nope. Nope. All right. We've done messed up. Okay. Didn't mean to do that, but maybe it's good. Nope. That didn't work. This is the hardest one so far. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. It's a multi-tiered puzzle. Like, clearly we can do that. I think we're good. See, the problem is now that the blue laser is visible, we just want to position them so they don't overlap. And I like, I'm not going to try to jump over that gap. So like, I think it's okay if we do this, right? Oh, because the door closed. There we go. Is it wrong to feel like Subnautica vibes too? Giant alien structures. Do I just walk up here and flip the on switch? Joke's on me, there is no on switch. Follow the power cable. Oh, big honking lever.
Good job, 1K.
That is a comically large laser for that little tiny light. But I suppose it is the amount of power being delivered. Okay. I guess let's do this one. This is the red laser, no doubt. It may perhaps require us to, Great. Now I'm getting ghost noises.
This is madness. Even the walls are bursting with power.
I'm just, my mind is boggled. What does this do?
I wonder how far down this goes.
Don't look down. What is this? Oh. Is it, just a way to the green laser? Okay. Whoa. We'll come back and do this red one and see if we need any outside influence. So our goal... Oh, for a second I'm like, guys, it's a purple laser. No, it's just blue and red mixed together at this, that the one angle I was standing at. Okay. Lever is behind this door. We need a blue light. We have one here, but we only have access to an inverter. We have access to another inverter. We have access to a connector. Can't drop here. Thanks. I'm... Okay. I'm confused. So the red light is keeping this door open. But we need the red light. Okay, we also have a box available to us. We also have a ladder. Okay, but we can't stand up there. I am surveying our options. So it seems like the split... No, the inverter is being charged by that emitter. It could be just charged from that emitter. Is there any reason why we can't move it here? Yes. There is. So... Okay. We know for sure almost thought that would work. I'm just dumb. We need it to be feeding blue. Alright. We need this connector to be red. Ugh. We're finally getting into some mind-melty puzzles. Okay, there we go. Have no idea if this is going to work. Nope. Because this needs fed directly from blue. Which won't work because we have to charge it first. It's another wonderful keep the door open from the inside deal. I'm going to disconnect that real quick. Connect this real quick. I should be able to pick this up and it stays lit. Yes. Now we have a red laser. Please just feed underneath the laser. Yeah. Turn it on.
Well done.
Thanks, Al. Didn't expect that. Yeah, we went this way. And then turned around to go back to the red, so this should lead us to the green laser. I see a wormhole thing. All right, here we go. No title to hint what we need to do. We need to get into this room. Step 1. Jam. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, that doesn't help us, does it? We cannot angle this in. No. Okay. I'm gonna leave that here with the assumption that maybe there's something down here. Although the farther away we get, the more I doubt. Some of these bridges are real easy. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do this while we're here. Okay. So this is that owl face symbol. Yeah, that's definitely an owl. Which is the same symbol at the top of the Stargates. Owl. Which I suppose that means Athena, right? Athena's thing is an owl, right? Or is that Artemis? I think it's Athena. I'm gonna look it up. Before I make an idiot of myself. Athena owl? Yes. The Owl of Athena. Okay. Did not look up Talos Athena, just regular old Greek Athena. Owls. Right. Oh, I had a brainwave. I'll show you what I thought of just now. We can keep the connector connected and put it through the wall. We've never done that before, but there should be nothing to stop us from doing that. Like so. Boom! If that's it, that's kind of a brilliant little brain teaser, I guess. Think outside the box. That's it. Lever.
The gate's open. 1K if you want to. Go ahead. I'll finish up scanning this.
You know it. I wouldn't let someone else go first. Yeah, this way. And we're running! Yo. Let us not be eaten. I like at the start of the game, they're like, we are running low on insulation, so don't go in deep water. And my sole purpose in life, ever since, is to find water that goes over my ankles. What's over here? Oh. Didn't even see this door on the left. Splishy splash. Is this the center of the pyramid? No? Question. From Miranda to a long enough series of hex numbers that I'm going to do the picture method and not type it in manually. One moment. My phone thinks it's a tracking number. It is not. Copy. Hex to ASCII. Which, if you don't know what I'm saying, it's ASCII. It's not a word, it's an acronym. Mostly garble. Let me make sure that iPhone... Oh. The problem is, iPhone is not doing a good job detecting... And now I'm like, how many numbers have you got wrong, iPhone? Let's see. 496C 206 16C 6C 207 4686. Okay, so toward the end there's some garble now. So it says, in all things of nature, there is something, and right in the middle of something, it's garble. I think that E, based on the fact that this E did not get picked up by my camera, I'm assuming it is also this E. So 96672, I found it. It's a puzzle in and of itself. Thanks, Apple. Go put an E. Do you mind putting the cursor where I want? E. Invert. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Man. Now I'm mad. Because there's been a handful of these that have been just garble, and they're not. It's probably the iPhone didn't pick up an E. Anyway, I was doing some reading while the last trial was running, and I came across something I don't understand. There are a lot of references to ancient humans feeling that science is boring. To me, everything we're studying is mind-bendingly incredible. Whether it's quark, gluon deconfinement, or neutrino, anti-neutrino oscillations, or even something incredibly basic like the properties of light. Oh, basic, huh? I understand why our ancestors cared about art, why a beautifully crafted story or poem was moving to them, but how could they not see that Everything that surrounds us is just as incredible. Studying science and like studying the most incredible machine ever created. Machine designed to build worlds and tell stories. Art can be, science can be art. Uh-oh, it's an overload.
Mother, what are you thinking about, Mother?
The Talos principle. You see, it has two applications. One is to the self. It means facing the truth even if it frightens us. Understanding that living beings are machines and we can't afford to lie to ourselves. But that's just the beginning. The second application is to the world. This one seems easier at first. It's less difficult to understand that the universe is a machine, governed by laws.
So we and the universe are the same?
No, and that's the crucial part. We are conscious. Consciousness is rare, unlikely, but it's also the foundation of everything else. Without us, there can be no meaning. Without someone to perceive it, the beauty of the universe is pointless. But that shouldn't make us arrogant. No, in fact, it means we carry a tremendous responsibility. We are the light of the cosmos. And if we go out, there will be nothing but a cold, dark machine.
Dun dun dun! Act 2. The human form divine. Maybe we were not Athena
The founder was
in the
here.
first game.
She could still be here. What if this is why she left, to build all this? We have to look for her.
I'm reading some pretty big energy spikes. I think we better scramble.
But she could be right here, right behind the next door. I could turn around a corner and walk right into her.
If she's really here, she'll still be here when we come back. But right now, safety needs to come first. Let's go, Byron.
You're... Oh. Damn you, but you're right. Heading back.
She's not here, so don't worry. At least if she is, she's not nearby. Will I be interrupted on my way back? Is the true question. And if we get to our ship, are we going back to town or are we going to the next area?
Was that really the founder?
I think so.
It was her. For years, I've wondered what happened to her, why she left, where she went, why she didn't tell me.
If the answers are here, I promise you we'll find them. We just have to be careful. Follow protocol.
So I don't want to look it up in case of spoilers. I thought the first Talos Principle game was we were the first ones to get out.
I still can't believe the founder built this place. Has she been here the whole time?
We don't know that she actually built it. All we know for sure is that she was here at some point.
Of course she built this. Who else would have the kind of vision necessary to accomplish something like this? The question is why? And why like this? Why recreate all these aspects of the simulation? What is she trying to tell us?
It does seem like it might be a test. I can't imagine any other explanation. But why is it so broken? Or does it just appear to be broken so that we have to learn how to fix it? I hate this.
Well, I know one thing for sure. Everyone in New Jerusalem is gonna go absolutely nuts.
Nah, I bet not. I guess there's technically 1,000 of us, but I'ma bet a significant portion of them are like, We're staying right here. This place is a maze. Oh, I took the left too soon. Okay, my boarding icon is now frozen in the lower left corner. And we made it. Back to town.
All right, take us back to base camp, Yakut.
Yes, sir.
Ah, base camp.
I'm getting some new readings. Looks like 2 of the northern sites are lighting up.
I think that may have been me. I suspect the puzzles are somehow tied to the transport system. Like we're supposed to solve them in a particular order.
All right, everyone. Our main objective is getting back into the megastructure. 1K, I want you on puzzles. You seem to have a knack for them. But the rest of us can't neglect our secondary objectives of studying this island and understanding this technology.
So the door closed? Is that what was going on? You didn't say anything about the door closing, you just said energy spike. You know what? I'm gonna run an ad. We'll stick around for another hour. Because I want to see what's next. And I'm not particularly tired. Boop. Imagine an ant trying to make sense of a nuclear power plant. And that's what we've got here. Megastructure has been abandoned for a while. You guys have been cooped up in New Jerusalem for long enough for Athena to create all of this stuff and fall into ruin. Okay, I will be right back because I've been drinking water. And then I'll be back in an ad break. Okay. Be right back. Hello. I realized I had my Twitch dashboard covered up, and I can't check if the ads are done until I'm come back and change the. Anyway, I have to see if I have to see. Okay, we're almost done. 10 seconds, and we go. And we go. Let me make sure that I am not just talking into the ether. Good. You don't talk. The map. We have 2 new areas. I thought we meant 2 whole like sections, but megastructure. All right, let's do North 1. Desolate Island. Flooded Valley. And then we can't access the other one yet. Whee! So I guess we're not going back to the city. Fine by me. Whee!
You should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
The island has another island attached to it.
Yes, it has several, actually.
How irritating.
What?
As long as there's not a lot of walking around. Oh, we're that far north. Grav lift straight off. Onward and upward! Whoa. I'm trying to get my bearings. This is not an island. So all the puzzles are... Well, let's just do puzzle number 1. There's not a lot of question marks. But I guess there doesn't need to be. Then again, that question mark is way out there. Oh! Well, hello! Yeah, we'll just do puzzle 1. Mind-body dualism. What new technologies will be bestowed upon us? Oh. Take control.
What the?
Don't like that. Okay. So it's sort of like the playback device. Oh, that's me. I'm like, what kind of weird empty husk is this? Nope, it's literally me. Number 1000. Spark 1. Oh, I'm like, and I'm gone. Nope, there's me. Hi, me! The founder mega thread. Oh, of all the things to survive as Reddit terms. Please keep discussion of the alleged presence of the founder at the site of the megastructure confined to this thread. I'm still in shock. Of course she's still alive. Could be aliens. It's not aliens. The day of her return is imminent. So now you agree with Byron was right to want an expedition. In fact, it was the founder's will all along, and when you said it would be wrong to even consider going to the island, you were acting against the founder? Word games aren't going to help you when the founder returns. It's wonderful to hear Athena's voice again. I can't help but wonder if Miranda is her daughter. Was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon New Jerusalem? She would never abandon it. I'm going to say, and then promptly forget, that I think she did not abandon New Jerusalem, but she was tired of people not reaching for the stars, I guess. So she's gone off to create these puzzles. Something happened, or maybe she ascended. Who knows how all this stuff showed up, but I think she's not happy with everybody just sitting around. But to do it, to convince everybody on their own, so she could just say, let's go do this thing, but I think she's trying not to be a leader and convince everybody else. She has become the simulation in its own right. In her, whatever. She would never abandon New Jerusalem, but she is trying to get you to leave. But I don't think she abandoned anything. Honestly, if you want to get semantic, you abandoned her. I don't think semantic was the right word. Whatever. It's okay? Late. We're rolling with it. Did you know the founder? You're 244.
I sure did. Not as well as Byron, but she was still around when I was born.
264, my bad.
I remember she came and talked to me after New Alexandria. Told me how sorry she was. I never blamed her for that. It wasn't her responsibility.
What was New Jerusalem like when you were born?
A lot busier than it is now. My most defining memory is that it was extremely noisy, because something was always being built. Got annoying after a while.
What about New Alexandria? That's probably a touchy subject.
We'd convinced ourselves that New Jerusalem wasn't enough.
Still isn't.
We needed another city. We thought it would be easier the second time around. All it takes is a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of ignorance, and people die.
Okay, bye. I guess that's it. Two. Leg up. Oh. I'm gonna need to get me out of there somehow. Take platform. I wonder if it matters if I preserve my body. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't. Put me on here. How odd. Oh, this is a throwback. Oh, even better. Oh. I see how it is. Yes. Take control. Yoink. Weird. But new.
Any further insights on the particle clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron, I feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
I wonder if there's some weird achievement with body switching. Dual stream. I'm gonna try to keep my body. Righto. We're gonna have to leave someone in here holding something on their head, I think, to light up both of these. We have a platform. Okay. Maybe that's not good enough. Nope, not even a little bit. What was the name of the puzzle? Dual stream. Well, I can't hold two of them. Oh. Oh. Well, what do you know? It wasn't that hard. Spark!
Well done, 1K. Keep going.
Bye, other me. Oh.
1K. I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible.
Clones.
Casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
I don't know about that. I guess you guys put a lot of effort into creating one, but it's not just the body, right? It's the AI mind. What do you mean?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to make more of us? We're not like a toaster. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day. Not to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
Ah, but the goal was to stop, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter? If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
Yes, but you are, even I understand that you're missing the consciousness part. Maybe there's some point where there's enough people, but this is not it. Maybe there's legitimate reasons to limit the population. That's a dark road. We decided to limit ourselves for a reason. No, 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 no. Somebody else did. Decided. Maybe there is some point where there's enough people. Cosmic duty to spread consciousness. These are all very extreme answers. I'm going to say cosmic duty, because this is kicking it down the road. This is saying, nope, we've got to not even bother.
I don't have a poetic circuit in my body, but that's exactly right. People get on my nerves, but without them, the world is boring. Yes, people cause problems, but even the problems they cause are interesting. Don't tell anyone I admitted this, but why do you think I do this job? Without people to populate the universe, what's the point? Anyway, we all need to think about what this means. Glad you and I are more or less on the same page.
Back to work. Also, we just completely glossed over the fact that it doesn't have a mind. It's just the shell. Experimenting. Wait, what was it? Experimenting with the mind transfer body replication tech. Founder appears to have developed a tech that prints new bodies. These bodies come with a protocol for instantly transferring a mind. There seem to be a number of safeguards. Can't get the tech to work outside puzzles. They do understand transfer protocol, uploading all the data I've collected. It will need to be studied extensively. We're just completely glossing over the fact.
Replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. I'm glad you see it that way too, 1K. After all, the world is better with you in it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. All right, I guess puzzle 4 is up over here. Puzzle 4. Hi, me. High ground. There's 2 of me. So do we need to get up there? I don't even... Yes, I see a blue button up there. All right. Here's the deal, me. I'm going to stand on top of one of you. You. Nope. Now I have to stand on top of this. And now this. Whoops. Interesting. What if I... I think this is the first time in this game I'm actually kind of annoyed. Why can I not stand on a box that I am holding? Is there another platform? I think that's all that we've got. Fine, just put it down. Yep. I don't... What am I missing? High ground. Oh. Good grief. Me that. Okay. Yoink. All right, dude, you take that. 'Cause I'm going to try to keep my original body as long as humanly possible. I need that to climb on top. Now, take control of you. Take control of you. Whoops. Who am I? I'm on the bottom now. Is this good enough? Or do I need to also stand on the box? Yep, I need to also stand on the box. Box is not in the right spot. Okay. Give me that spark and get me out of here. Bye, me. It was nice knowing me. Body replication. Everybody has to weigh in. Energy doesn't just come from nowhere. We have no idea what it's costing. Besides, the goal is an ideal, not just a limit we ran into by accident. Not necessary to share a personal belief in the founder to understand the value of the goal. Wow, somebody's getting real mad. Shocking that anyone who would value human beings and think that maybe our ancestors could have solved their problems using their brains instead of preaching misery. This conversation is getting out of hand. If you can't behave, I'm shutting this thread down. Jeremy, isn't he from Gehenna? Did he set up the forum? Because I remember this whole kind of like Jeremy stopping in and being like, guys, maybe not. Conversations are necessary. They should not be banned. This conversation is irritating, but should be allowed. It would be best to close this thread until everybody calms down. Just take it to private. Yeah, this conversation is irritating, but it should be allowed. Lovely sentiment, but you should try moderating this forum and see what it's like. Well. Oh, hello.
Yes?
Did you ever... Wow, all of these... You know what? We'll talk later. Moderating a forum is not... That's a lost puzzle up there, huh? It's not some great purpose. It's just waiting for people to exercise. Guess we're about... Ow. Find out if it hurts to fall. It kind of does. The gift. Does that mean we destroy one of these bodies? There you are. All right, the goal. I mean, what makes... Ah, I'm standing on a platform. So we need to air blast both of us up there. Me. Okay, we have a purple wall. You know what? I'm betting we put the connector up there. Let's see. Probably better to do something like this. Oh. Well, that was easy then, wasn't it? Will that work? I doubt it. Never mind. Never mind, it works fine. Kind of already forgotten which body this is. Oh, we need the box. Pretty sure this is me. This is also me. But now I need this. To give this to you. Can I do that? I am annoyed again. Why can't I grab this box? Do I have to put it here? Is that what the thing is? Will it work? Can you pick it up now? You can. Actually. Go back. Okay. Bye. This is definitely something out of Halo. I don't understand what possible function this structure could have, but it's really impressive. Any question mark? There's one way out over yonder. We're doing it. Like bunker domes? Oh, this way. Lithrasir. Wait, so where's this guy?
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty, a beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, it is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Okay. We're gonna do the lost puzzle while we're here. Because it's hard to get to these places. Are there spark towers? They must be all on the other side. Wait, that's a spark tower. For sure. Just passing through. We have nothing of significance over here except a box. Okay. There's the spark thing. Here's a platform. Just, there's a connector, but I don't see a laser, emitter, or a circle. Is it? Oh, it's a jammer, not a connector. Derp. Take control. Okay. Thank you. Huh. Can the jammer on a box jam the other? No, evidently. Okay. What if you put the jammer on my head? Let's try this again. I'm going to learn how. Can I pick up? Can I pick? Okay. The other thing is to pick up the jammer while I'm standing on me. Okay, why would I just jump off? This is ridiculous. Now I'm getting mad at. Oh, I'm just gonna travel 12 feet to go grab that. Because for whatever reason, we can't shoot through bars. And for whatever reason, I can't just select the other gate through this one. Even though it lights up when I jump. I can't, like, do anything when I'm in the sky, so okay, fine. Gosh! I've already tried doing this. I've already tried putting this on top of that. Nope, can't do that. I think I've figured it out. I just have to reboot the system, reboot my brain, that is, and just deep breath in, deep breath out. Start over. Okay. We both need to be inside. Now, I need to pick this up and stand next to this box. Now, I can grab this, jump on this, jump on that, and jump out, right? Can I get out? That's the real question. Let me see. Maybe I need to move closer. Oh no. Why would... How silly of me. Can I get out anywhere else? I don't think so. Jump on! Oh my gosh. Watch, jump here. Nope, jump over. At this rate, this is going to be the last puzzle. Take the jammer. Is it broke? Is it just broken now? Thanks, game. Thanks, game. Okay. Once again. We have a box. We have a platform. We can pick it up. We can jam it. Oh, no, no, no. We can't just jam through the wall. We can jam this. I can't just pick it up. The only tools we have are these. We can put this on top of that. If we take the box, it falls off. We can't balance a jammer on top of a box. That's too radical for this game. Oh, I need to take control of me, then come in here. Okay. I'm gonna stand here. So I can experiment. At this point, it's like the puzzle isn't how to do the puzzle. It's figuring out some weird new interaction. But see, I can't see the other... Can I move? Like, is the new technology me moving? It is. Okay. Good. I figured out some new magic ability. Now, give me that. Those are the kind of puzzles I specifically do not enjoy.
I can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place. For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful. in its
No
own
one's
way.
keeping you here, ow.
But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's
Ooh.
kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did.
So, I would expect a puzzle game to be like, hey, here's all this stuff you've done. Now, here's a little... I suppose this is the training, but I kind of expect to be showed what can be done, and then the puzzle is more thinking on top of that. I don't like when the puzzles are find the hidden keyhole, find the hidden ability, but now we can file this away under these are mobile. If they're on a platform that somebody's carrying. Okay. I think our last bit of work is to uncover the question marks just so we know where everything is for next time. Like, I have a suspicion. Oh, this is a pedestal thing. Are there no sparks? Oh, good grief. On Cornelius. Okay. Apple. Here's your chance to not transcribe this incorrectly like last time. Text mode. Copy all. Copy. Now, go back here. Reload it so it doesn't crash. It still crashed. How about let's use another ASCII conversion table. Paste, convert. I feel like Apple broke again. It says, in the end, love is... And then it's garbled. Let me see if we can find what part of the numbers have broken. We shall start by looking for E. In the end, probably love is all we have. Now the trick is what part. I think it's missing a C this time. Yes, in the end, love is all we have, but if we love another being, we must, through them, love humanity itself. Some of the letters are a bit screwy, but that's it. That's what it says. You can read this. What do you think about this, Mother? I don't believe in any kind of prime mover, but I thought you should read it. Because he is an intelligent person. Okay. Oh. That's a code we can type in ourselves. You know how we've figured things out, such as copy-paste. And you know how something new comes along, like an iPhone or an Android. SX. We've seen that name before. Anyway, copy-paste. We figure something out, and then something new comes out, like phones, and they also have copy-paste, but they have done it terribly. Horribly. Just do it the way it was.
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it. If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands.
Cosmos.
Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
That's the lab. We won't go down there just yet. Just understand that is the lab. Are there no spark towers? There are. There's 2. What the heck? These must be it. Oh, man. You know what? We're gonna go see this spark tower. See if there's anything crazy. Yep, there it is, all the way there at the tippy top. We're climbing the mountain. We will do the sightseeing later. I just want to uncover the question marks, and then we start fresh. That's a Sphinx Tower. It'll probably be some numbers flippy switchy thingies again. I see A. And C. Does anybody see a B? Because I don't. What does the... Found a Sphinx monument. Taking a reference photo. Good. Thanks. I'll get on top of that. I figured it out, I think. All right. The other one over there is A, so we'll remember that for next time. Basically, I want to see what this spark tower is all about. Are we trying to get a laser down here? And we're walking. It's like Northrend or Pendrana Drifts or...
It's an old saying.
That's
about
it.
How, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the
Doggerland.
children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
I can't help but notice this is not a spark tower. Chernevsky. 5358 is probably SX again. Oh, great. We can probably convert that later. We can listen to Trevor, though.
Now, I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no! You cured malaria! How dare you! Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
I don't see the other spark. It's not a question mark on the map, or if it is, it's really far away. Like I said, I don't like playing hide and seek. Just show me where the puzzle is. Then I'll do it. Like, it's gotta be covered up. But, oh well. We will worry about that tomorrow. Yeah, Founding 4. Yeah, this one. I'll take a picture of it, but that's it. The stream's over. My brain has been melted. We're done. Okay, I'll do it. If the browser crashes, this is on you. Copy. Might be if it's gone into background, like if it's been sitting there for a while. It says, "Come away, O human." The first line. And then next line is copy. Switch to browser. Don't crash. Is it trying to load an ad? I don't know what it was trying to play a video. And it's garbled. But it's garbled from the get-go. 8696C64210A. Yeah, so I guess it's not broken. Oh, it's because this is a... Try and convert that. The wild. Eight 8696C64210A546F. Yeah, this seems to have been transcribed correctly, and it's just garbled. What if I get rid of an 8? Just to... It's like the cursor thing. Wild to the waters of... Okay, we're done. I can't get anything out of it. But you know when you've got a string of text. You push and hold on the phone, and then it gives you the little cursor to move around. And it's like, I want to be right here. And then it just decides for you, no, you want the beginning of the sentence. And it's like, no, put it where I pointed. I hate technology, and I'm a programmer. Okay. Do I need to walk into a puzzle? And maybe it'll save me here. Drilling party. Okay, we're done. Stop game, please. So maybe we'll stick to 2 hours next time, so we don't end up with this situation. But still a good game. Yeah. Not much else to say. So I'll just head off. I'll try to stream tomorrow, and if not, then I'm busy or forgot, or I don't know. I am going to Oh, hey. Thank you. You have a good night too. But yeah, I'm just heading off. If I'm not here tomorrow, maybe I finally found a raiding guild in Warcraft and I'm raiding. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future will bring. If all goes according to the way it's been, more Talos Principle tomorrow. And I'll be happier. I promise. All right. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye!